More than 500 years ago, European explorers and sailors set out to cross the unknown waters of the Atlantic Ocean. With their small ships and simple navigational tools, they risked capsizing in the rough waters and drowning at sea. Why did these men take such a risk? In Europe, there was great competition for wealth and power. Therefore, many monarchs and merchants were willing to pay the explorers and their voyages. When they set out, they did not expect to find a vast continent between Europe and Asia, but when they did, they were eager to find out what riches this land held. They really wanted to find gold and silver, as the Spanish explorers had in Central and South America in the 15th century. This quest would continue to draw European explorers to North America for the next 150 years. Humans have always sought to explore new frontiers. Whether it is exploring new continents, new oceans, or the universe around us, the quest for new land, resources, and power has propelled humans to go where it is assumed that no one has gone before. By the 15th century, navigational techniques had improved, and new inventions such as the compass and astrolabe made the trip from Europe across the Atlantic Ocean to North America more secure and faster. During this period, all of Europe's trade with Asia went through the city of Constantinople, known today as Istanbul, Turkey. In 1453, the city fell to Muslims, which cut Europe off from the riches of Asia. European countries began to look south around the tip of Africa and west across the Atlantic in the hopes of finding a new route to Asia. After becoming aware of North America's existence, they looked for the Northwest Passage, a route around North America through the Arctic Ocean. As a route to Asia was still desired by many European countries, such as Spain, France, Portugal, Italy, and England, hundreds of adventurers tried to make the dangerous journey across the freezing Arctic and Atlantic waters. As the quest for the Northwest Passage continued, more explorers reached North and South America. European countries began to realize the riches these lands possessed. When news spread from the Spanish about the abundance of rich minerals such as gold in what is now Central and South America, the French and British increased their efforts to explore and settle in North America, and to exploit the natural resources that existed there. As competition became more intense, the desire to secure their investments increased. Building permanent settlements was one way to deter their European competitors. A popular economic theory in Europe, especially during the 17th and 18th centuries, was the theory of mercantilism. Mercantilism is the belief that a country could accumulate wealth by exporting more goods than it imported. However, to manufacture these goods, countries needed a steady supply of raw materials. Countries wanted to obtain these raw materials from within their own empires, and they looked to North America as a source. Mercantilism not only spurred further exploration of North America, but also convinced European countries that they should establish permanent settlements there. They believed that settlements would be an excellent market in which to sell manufactured goods that were created within the empire. Another factor that fueled the colonization of the Americas was the intense rivalry for power among European countries. One way of increasing their power was to claim and occupy new lands. Colonialism, the control and exploitation of a territory through settlement, increased in intensity during the 17th century. In North America, Spain, Portugal, Britain, and France competed to colonize the most territory. As European explorers brought back stories about First Peoples, many religious groups believed it was their duty to spread the Christian faith to those unknown cultures. Without regard for First Peoples' rich and diverse spiritual traditions, religious groups believed that Christianity would help First Peoples and benefit their cultures. The potential for religious converts prompted religious leaders to contribute to their government's exploration funds. Fish was an important food staple in Europe. The population was growing quickly, but many countries could not produce enough food to feed everyone. People also ate fish for religious reasons. In Catholic countries, people were not allowed to eat meat on certain days, but could eat fish. By this time, they had also depleted their own stocks. Whales were valuable for the oil they produced to fuel lamps and create products like soap. The forests of Canada provided wood for ships' masts, and lumber to construct new, larger sailing ships. Eventually, fur trading became profitable, as beaver pelts created fashionable hats, popular at the time in the prosperous cities of Europe. On your note-taking guide, complete your response to the following prompts. Think about the reasons Europeans came to North America in the 15 and 1600s, and notice how those reasons are similar and different than reasons people come today. Finally, on your note-taking guide, complete your responses to these prompts. Consider the many reasons Europeans came to North America at this time, and the intended and unplanned consequences that resulted.